Tell you what, one thing that you shouldn't do is get a vaccination the day before you have to climb a freaking mountain. I'm climbing the mountain in a sling, people, with one arm.
All right, Mixers, so we are here at the Delaware Water Gap. We've been traveling for about an hour and a half from Philadelphia. We are going to go on an adventure to hike Mount Tammany, and then we are going to top it off with another mountain, Mount Minsi.
This will be our second time climbing Mount Tammany via the Red Dot Trail. One of my favorite things about this trail is the rock scramble right at the beginning. You go directly up, boulder, scrambling. Right now we have to be pretty cautious because it is drizzling a little bit. We're ready to go. We're ready to take it on, and you guys will see shortly.
Let's go. So the one thing about Mount Tammany that I do think is important to note is that this trail in the summer is going to be really packed. It's probably the single most traveled trail in the park. Very popular. Obviously it's April right now, so we didn't see too many cars in the parking lot. We're hoping it's going to be a nice secluded stroll the whole way up.
From the get-up, it immediately tests your endurance. We're not even at the rock scramble yet, but you should be prepared to start climbing rocks from the start.
And I've called a priest, and I've called upon the highest of my dreams, and I go to sleep, I let them in, I'm holding on to you, oh, and the wind has turned.
Almost about a mile in, the big boulder's about to come. Just already, we've experienced hell of a lot of rocks, hell of a lot of incline, and we're only keep going up.
This is a lot of the trail, just these really these tiny rocks that can trip you up a bit, make it a little uncomfortable to walk on. There she was, breaking her ankle right in front of you.
To each one I saved. Here's to all of you who shaped the man I am. 'Cause I've called the darkness, and I've called the lights, and I've called.
It's starting to rain on us, so forgive me if I got to put this camera down, because this rock, for those of you that have climbed on rock, depending on the type, it can get pretty slippery. As you can see Randy going down on her hands and feet.
And the wind has turned, the raging fires come to here, to burn what's in our way.
turned real nasty real quick. We got to the top of the peak. That back there is what they call the Delaware Water Gap. We gotta be extremely careful now climbing back up on the peak because it is now super slippery. Traction is dangerous, so definitely watch your step on these slippery rocks and hopefully you make it back safe.
The season, you and me.
I bring the sunshine.
This is what happens when it gets rainy. That's why it's pretty important to have a good hiking boot or some gym shoes that you don't care about.
So how you travel down from Mount Tammany is the blue dot. It's just gradual decline. Actually a really easy descent. Lots of rocks which kind of make it hard to catch your footing, but overall, very easy. That's how you complete the loop though. You go up red, you come down blue, get back to your car, have a sandwich.
One of the things that I love most about these challenging hikes is that once you're in it, you're in it. You have to definitely push yourself mentally to get through it. And that is the best part because like when you're out there, you get tired. There's no other way than to just keep pushing and keep making your way through it. And that is the greatest feeling when you make it out of that trailhead and you're like, holy crap, we did it. Like we really finished it. I remember at one point my legs were cramping and I couldn't do it, but we got it done. And to me, that's just like one of the best feelings, one of the best moments every time we go out on a trail.
Up and it's all pretend, and I know you think it's worth every time you spend. You can take it to the grave, but it doesn't end with you. In the blue.
Reasons why I love to hike. The top one being that once you're out here, it really opens you up, which can be difficult for some to open up, myself included. And it's important to do so, you know, for your own mental health. So, you know, once you're out here for a certain amount of time, I mean, you just start talking about things you never thought you'd talk about and really letting everything come out. So, one of the reasons why I enjoy hiking so much.
There's a heart that belongs to you.
It's uphill. I would consider it to be a moderate hike. It is pretty. It has some jungle-like features, especially with these leaves that kind of come over into the trail. And we're gonna see what the top has to hold. I'm hoping we got a good viewpoint at the top.
of Mount Minsi. Don't make the mistake of thinking that the first lookout is the top of the mountain, because a lot of people stop there. You have to keep going to actually get to the peak.
So on the way down from Minsi, you actually go onto the Appalachian Trail. When you visit different parks up and down the East Coast, more than likely you'll have a stretch of the AT in those parks. Delaware Water Gap does a good job of helping the through hikers by allowing them to camp in certain sections, and even allows them to work for their stay, which I always thought was pretty cool. You want to learn more about hiking the Appalachian Trail or a potential stay in the Delaware Water Gap through a section of the Appalachian Trail, make sure to visit Appalachian Mountain Club. They will have a lot of resources and information to help you plan your Appalachian hike.
Has it that the Pocono Indians would have council meetings and also trials here. If you were found guilty, they'd execute you right off the rock. If Austin keeps playing with me, I may have to bring him back to Council Rock and execute him off the mountain. Come take a look.